Good morning and welcome to the video for Monday, July the 27th. This is going to be a video for upcoming third graders. Today we're going to be looking at perimeters. So if you've ever had a sandbox or any kind of thing, actually we could use a table for this too. The outside boundary of that particular item is going to be our perimeter. And so we're going to talk today about how we would measure that. On Thursday, I'm going to introduce things with area, and then there will be some additional things that we'll talk about next week where we have to combine both of those things together. So let's take a look at our examples for today. And so we already have a shape drawn out here. And so what we're going to do is try to figure out how many centimeters. So we're going to say that each one of these squares, each time that I count, is going to be worth 1. And so what we might do is go ahead and write the numbers in as we go. So we could do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're not going to count this corner. We're going to come down to here. 6, 7. Again, we're not going to count the corner. 8, 9. And now we're in a tricky spot because I've got to count 10 for this and 11 for this, but I've got to write really small. So this part's going to be 10. This part's going to be 11. We're skipping the corner. 12, 13. That's a really bad looking 2. There we go. 14, 15, and then 16. And so you can do something similar. What I normally recommend is when people are doing this, pick a spot that you're always going to start from. I might always start from the top left-hand corner, and then I'm going to go clockwise around the shape. If you do it that way, then you can just kind of count in your head as you go around, and then you don't necessarily need to write things down. So let's say that we have 16 centimeters here. If I wanted to draw a different kind of shape, let's just say I do a normal rectangle. So I'm going to be 3 high and 4 across. And so I could go ahead and count this all the way around without having to do anything too crazy. I don't have to do anything like this. So we will ask you, and this will be part of what we talk about next week, we will eventually ask you to come up with different types of shapes that have the same perimeter but have a different area. And so when we talk about area on Thursday, I'll kind of introduce that part. Sometimes we will get a shape that has almost everything given for us, and all we need to do is count, but we need to do some kind of math problem to figure out what the unknown side is. And so if we look at the bottom here, from left to right, we would go across and we would have 5 meters. So part of that is going to be represented up here with the 2 meters. And if we continued out here, we would see that this part W is going to be the answer to what is left. So we could do 5 meters minus 2 meters to get the value for W. And so that would give us 3 meters. And so once we put that in, we could go ahead and add around and get our total perimeter, which would give us 1, 6, 13. I probably would have been easier to go the other way. 13, 15, 21, 24. So this would give us 24 centimeters, or sorry, just meters. And then the last thing we can do is find the perimeter of a rectangle by recognizing that both of these sides are going to be the same length. Both of these sides are going to be the same length. And so we can do 7 plus 7 to get 14. And then we can do 30 minus 14 for our second step. I'm sorry, that should be a 34. Which is going to give us 20. We have 2 sides left over. They both have to be the same size. So by this point in the year, the last step would be to do 20 divided by 2, which you guys should be really comfortable with by then. And so we might not write it this way. We could write it that way. I will teach you how to do that part by then. But we could also just say that we could count by tens 2 times to get to 20. So that means each of these is going to be worth 10 meters. So that covers the things I want to go over with for today. We're going to be looking at some similar things on Thursday, working with area, and then I'll kind of introduce what we'll be looking at for the videos for next week. Hope your summer's going well. Hope you have a wonderful day, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video on Thursday.